Welcome back to another episode where me, Shane, show you guys the ins, the outs, and all abouts of owning your own retro video game store. Today, and for a while, it's my favorite time of the months of the year. If you've been around long enough, you know what these are and what this is. This is everything that's out there. One of the most important things you could do for a retail store is making sure your inventory is accurate. 1 for online, 2 for you guys to know, and 3 to make sure that something gets stolen, we can record it. It's that time. It's also one of the best ways to train people on where things are, how things work, what they look like, how much they cost, and everything else. Internal audits, the best. So these are all the inventory that we have in the shop right here. And if anything's missing, we'll fix it. If everything's not missing, we'll fix it. If it's in the wrong category, we'll fix it. If it's not online, we'll fix it. That's what this does. It pretty much fixes as much as you possibly can, keeps your inventory as clean as you can. It's really not that fun. It's you making sure that everything is accurate. That's also why I don't really like to do it. It sucks. Now, I've had theories to get away with this, to make it easier and faster for us to do audits in inventory and making sure everything is accurate. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. There's something called like UFI barcodes that allow you to scan the UFI to see what's still in stock and what's missing, and then you can go from there. It's a whole thing. Actually, Amazon uses it quite a bit for all their boxes and scanning their items to make sure that they're accurate when they get shipped to you. It's a cool little process. If you haven't looked into it, you should. It's cool. Maybe when we get to billions of inventory, we'd have to do something like that. Right now, we should be able to manage ourselves, auditing, making sure that we have what we need. Because it's not just what's out here, it's also what's in here. This whole back gets audited as well. Because technically, this is part of what we call the warehouse. The warehouse is pretty much where we keep back stock, items that need to be repaired or cleaned, and all the extra inventory that hasn't been touched quite yet. It's in inventory, but it hasn't been processed, aka it hasn't been cleaned. So all that has to be audited as well, which I don't think I told John, but he'll be doing it. That also gives us an opportunity to start organizing this back here a little bit better. So it'd be easier for us to clean and organize and just keep up with it. Now, this is not going to be a one-day thing. It's going to take us a while to get through it, clean it, organize it, but this is hopefully going to help us. We can't have games just poof, disappearing. Now, I have enough experience going through these that I could probably knock them out pretty quickly and fast, but this also is going to help our new hires that we have hired to get used to seeing the inventory, knowing where it's at, and also kind of order we expect it to be in. So when we do have to do audits, it's easier. We do them in ABC order. That's the best order that we can do for out there, especially when you have to pull orders for online. This is also a good opportunity for people that have nothing to do something, because this takes a while. So if you don't have a lot of work going on and you need to pay employees to work, you better make sure that they're cleaning, taking care of, organizing, and auditing your store. Now, that's not the case here at Max Level Video Games because we never stop working. We never do. We're always working on something. So this is going to help our trainees, and it gives them something to do. It wasn't a complete dud at Goodwill. We got a controller for $7. It's a PS4 controller. It needs a lot of work. We'll see how bad this thing is. Let's see if we can save this thing from the landfill, bring it back to life, and give it a home. So we just got back from Goodwill, and as you saw, we picked up this guy right here. We're gonna plug it in, see what's going on. All right, we got the controller plugged in, and controller needs to be recalibrated, but I don't see any stick drift, which is good. All right, let's see if all the buttons are working. Yeah. Yeah. So far, so good. Wow, this thing is working. It needs to be cleaned up, new sticks, but the sticks are slightly misaligned. So we could go to this guy right here, which is DualShock Calibration GUI, and we can connect it and recalibrate it. Get these perfectly still. And there we go. We recalibrated it to the center, and still no stick drift, which is crazy. Because honestly, when we get stuff from Goodwill, this stuff is always drifting. We always have to fix it. So this just needs to be cleaned and new sticks. That seems pretty easy. I think I can do that. But before we do anything else, we got to give it a little time to charge so we can test it, make sure it's still working Bluetooth. And how do you do that? It's pretty simple. I have an iPhone. Most phones can pair Bluetooth wise. We're going to see if it has enough juice to hit the PlayStation share button. There we go. It's in pairing mode. All right, let's go ahead and put it in pairing mode. Actually, it should already be paired. There it is, connected. We'll go to gamepad tester.
Wait, you can gamepad test on your phone?
And then look at all the buttons are being pressed. And then you just press all the buttons, make sure they're all being pressed. Boop, boop. All right, it looks like all the buttons are done. Perfect. So we got the controller right here. We're gonna take it apart really quick and replace the sticks. And then we'll clean it up. I could clean it up now. Oh, that's caked in there. Hand cheesecake. Now we do sell the sticks, replacement sticks for these on our website, MaxLevelVideoGames.com. There we go. Next, what we're gonna do is the screw right here. There's only like 5 screws on PS4 DualShock 4s. And then the whole entire assembly pretty much comes off and out once you get that screw out. And that. Nope. Don't forget the ribbon cable for the front. That comes out. And this whole assembly comes off. We gotta clean up all this and then take this out, clean that up, and then all these buttons need to be de-sticked because they got hand cheese all over them and they're nasty. So since we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and take the power port or the charge port out. This one doesn't have a, oh, it has a screw right there. I'll take the power port out. I'm going to soak all this except for the screen, and that will clean all this out and all the pads. But we need to soak this so we can clean this a little bit better, make sure all the buttons aren't stuck and all the hand cheese that's built up in there is cleaned. And for most plastics, we just use a diluted simple green. And then when it comes to cleaning motherboards and stuff, isopropyl alcohol. So, and we love denture brushes. These things are sturdy, strong. They do the job to get all that hand cheese out of there. since we're replacing these are going to be gone. We'll replace them with ours. It's going to be black. We don't have gray ones? No, we don't. And then just Q-tip. Just clean off all the button connectors. Put the new sticks on. All right, now we wait for the other plastic. All right, that's done. John's working on that. We are going to let those soak. This is pretty much what we do, just hot water and soapy water, try to break up some of the floaties. Get as much of that hand cheese out of there as we can. We don't want hand cheese as much as we can. And I finished everything that we had in backstock, except now we had a huge lot. It's like people heard that I was getting caught up and I wanted to start doing some projects. And they're like, she needs more inventory. Yep. Okay, well, my projects, this is a quick project. This isn't really a project. This is just a quick clean, new sticks. This is easy. When I'm talking projects, I'm talking about, we got some of these. These are Game Boy Advance E02-20 motherboards for potential swaps for bad boards. Unfortunately, this is the wrong board for that. This is a E11-01, so we can't use this on the troublesome Castlevania that we've had back numerous times. What I was hoping is be able to just swap over the motherboard and the chips and then be able to get it to go, swap over the pieces. Now that's going to take me a little bit to do. That's a project, but it's going to have to wait. That thing isn't saving, was saving. Now it's not saving again. Fixed it again, sold it. Saving. Now it's not saving again. So it's very inconsistent. It's very frustrating, but we'll just keep going on it. Or we can find a board that's similar to this where I can just swap over the chips and don't have to worry about this motherboard anymore. That'd be an interesting solution. I haven't really done one of those yet because most of the time we fix them, but it's definitely a side project that's been waiting for me to get back to again. I've heard it calling for a couple weeks now, and I'm just like, I think I can do it. Nope, not anymore. It must have left. They must have ran away. So this is now calling me. And we need to get this stuff in stock. Also, while that's soaking, we might as well just keep it charged. You just need a battery, the motherboard, and the charge connector. And you can charge the battery with the motherboard without being in the case. So I'm in here right now just organizing this so we can get a general number. And I opened up these and found those. Most likely this probably has stick drift. And they swapped them out, tried to sell them, which is normal. Luckily, it just so happens, I think we do. We actually have some in stock right now. Ooh, we went from that to, I don't know how much more this is going to be. It's a box. Sometimes when it comes to peripherals and stuff, I normally don't like to charge up for boxes. It's just convenient, and sometimes we just price it as is like we normally do. It just comes with a box, which might be the case with these things. So we'll have to see. Especially since we have a few different versions of Joy-Cons right now in the shop. We may not price it up. I just want them to move. So yeah, these will probably just stay at 60 because, you know, just because we have a box. Nah, let's get rid of this sticker. I have to admit, some of the GameStop stickers aren't too bad. I kind of wish I knew what, like, material they use so we can maybe use it for ourselves. I haven't really looked into it. When I did, I couldn't find anything. But I would like, because sometimes these stickers come off pretty easily, especially the newer ones. It's when they get old and worn out, they don't come off. So there you go. These ones now have a fancy box. These ones probably don't work. I'm still waiting for that. We can test these. All right. We got our test switch. This is the switch we test Joy-Cons with. We'll see if these things even charge. That one connected. That one connected. It's good. Oh yeah. There's definitely stick drift. Look, up, up, down, up, down. Let's go into the settings. Oh yeah. Controller. Can't even collaborate. It's just that. So we'll see which one. Is it the left one? I think it's the left one. Oh, is the right one wanting to work? Oh, the right one doesn't even work. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. Look at that. This thing doesn't even want to go up. So both these sticks have stick drift. You can clearly see it. We'll have to replace both the Joy-Cons sticks, and then let's see if we can at least test all the buttons. The buttons are more important than the sticks. The sticks we can replace. It's the buttons that are a little more time consuming. Especially L and R tend to break. ZR, ZL. Good. Those seem to be working. Sticky. Now, there are two more buttons, the home button and the picture button. There are also two more underneath here that we have to wait for it to charge up a bit, and then we can charge it. And then we can try them. So I'm going to wait for this to charge a bit. I'm going to plug it in as well. These are not projects. These are quick repairs and cleanings. They're not projects. This is stuff that I normally can knock out in less than an hour. So, and yes, this is usually how I work. I try to do at least 3 potential things before I stop and slow down, because usually I'm going to count the rest of the inventory, charge those, and charge this, and clean that really quick. That shouldn't take me less than that 30 minutes, so we're still soaking those controllers. This is normal. This is normally how I work. I try to do, don't try to get self-overwhelmed, but I try to do multiple things at once, because it's all time sensitive and have to wait for stuff to soak, recharge, and everything else. So we're going to get back to it. I also need to get this done before I have to go pick up John, because I have to pick up John today. So I want to try to get this done now, and then I'd come back and kill it. All that has been counted, and we know exactly how much we have and everything. Definitely a nice mix of a lot of stuff. We got Super Nintendo, PS3, mostly PS3 and PS4. I got some Switch, some PlayStation, original PlayStation, PS2, Vita, and Joy-Cons, of course. So, nice little bundle. But we got that done, waiting on that to soak, waiting for those to charge. Let's go back to those, and then we have to go pick up John. All right, let's see if these have enough power. Yeah, to work wireless. Perfect. So what we're looking for is testing these 2 buttons, and those are working. Perfect. This needs a new stick. That's it. And let's see about the other one. Perfect. Yep, both of these just need new sticks. That could be added and dealt with later. We have a few Joy-Cons right now in stock, so we're not in dire need of these Joy-Cons. We're actually not even in dire need of the PS4 DualShock 4 controllers, so, but they're quick and easy stuff I can get done. All right, now it's time to go get John. See, this is fun. This is fun. All right, there you go. I picked up John. Now I'm gonna get back to work, actually working. John's got some work. We also brought Phoebe. And now we got stuck with a project. This thing is not supposed to sound like that. So something's going on. So I gotta take it apart and figure out what's going on. Ah, there you go. Gotta not making a horrible noise again. All right, I'm gonna put this guy back together really quick. Now the easiest way to get this ribbon cable is to feed it up.
Oh, so apparently when it doesn't beep, it's because they turned it off and then shut it.
All right, line it up, push it down. Bam, bam, bam. Push it back in. Alright. Put that guy back in. Should be all those buttons. Dang, it looks so much cleaner now. We gotta put all this back together really quick. Put this guy in here. And we got about 8 more minutes till we open. John has decided we are open 8 minutes early. Hey, early is always better. Alright. Get the flat screw back in. What are you talking about?
Oh, because I was going to go to Sushi Burrito for lunch, but they're closed on Mondays.
Oh. Alright. Oh, I put the wrong screw in here. This is supposed to be a silver screw, not a black one. They're the same size. But this is a silver screw. Next. Boom. Boom, bam, 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 boom, bam, bam. Ribbon cable. Now for me to do this, you want this plastic thing to go in between here, and then pop, 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 pop. Screw it all back together.
I thought you were dremeling something.
Screw, 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 screw. Alright, this thing should be good enough to test. And if John didn't open early, we would be on time. It is 11:57, so I'd still got 3 minutes left before we open. But I got that PS4 controller done. I fixed my blower, got John, got all this ready to be added into stock. It's been a morning. So now I get to do this. This is what I get to do. Maybe a little things here and there, but in general, it's getting all that into stock. All right. Not bad for $7. That's probably one of the better controllers we've gotten in a while. We got a Junior right here that is not powering on. Well, if I bridge that fuse right here and flip the switch, hey, look it, it's working. You want to see it? Watch it not work? Off. On. Off. On. Off. Yeah, so the fuse on that Junior is dead, so it needs to be replaced. That guy right there. F1. Now I got a whole bunch of Super Nintendos, but not Juniors. And I don't know if I have a fuse that's that big for this. I'm trying to think where else a fuse might be that we could steal. I could also just bridge the fuse and voila, it will work, but usually I like to replace a fuse. But this thing also has other problems. Unfortunately, this plug is also broken, which tends to happen on the Super Nintendo, not the Juniors too often. And also they don't make the plastic replacements like they do for the Super Nintendos for Juniors for some odd reason. So, but it does work. It is working. technically. All right, for now, I think I'm just gonna bridge the fuse. I don't have any replacement fuses, and this thing's in rough shape, realistically. So we may just use it for testing purposes because of the condition it's in, but I want to try to get it to somewhat work. Maybe I'll sell it for parts on eBay working. But we'll find out. I didn't know these things had fuses, but they do. I got an F3 right here. We could try to take off, see if it works. I mean, it's pretty corroded, but the fuse is working on this, so we're gonna swap it. All right, we got it in there. Let's go check it. Hey, it's better than not a fuse. I know it's not the right one, but it's better than no fuse. All right, it's off right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Ha ha ha! We did it. I'm gonna put this thing back together, and then we'll see if the controller ports are working, and also see if all the chips are working. So, yeah, starting to go insane doing inventory. It's fun. I love inventory. Adding inventory is one of the worst things that we have to do here, in my opinion. It's super repetitive, super boring. It is the most important job that we do here, but it's also like the worst job we do here. And most of the time, I'm the one that does it. Most of the time. So it's just, I need a break. I can feel it. I need one of them breaky things. And that's one of the things here at Max Level Video Games. We encourage people when they need to take breaks, you need a little time off, take it. Okay? Just take your time. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that it's about that time where I need a breaky poo. So I was organizing some stuff out there, and we just got, we got a lot that was pretty rough, but we ended up just doing a trade. And then there was a Wii that I was taking out so I can test it. And inside the bag, this black bag I threw away in there, we just found the component GameCube cables in the bag with that Wii. I did not know these were in there. Had no clue until I pulled them out. That's incredible. They're like $200 cables. I've almost purchased them a couple times from Japan. Also, it's been raining for a couple days, so we got to check out our see if there's any water. I don't see any water in there or in there. It hasn't been crazy raining, but it has been enough to show a leak. We got a new charge load to add to the collection. But that's all I found at Goodwill today. Nothing else. I got a few little things. Got a little Spyro. Spyro the Dragon. It's a pretty decent one. And then I grabbed a little Mario. We just throw them in the glass cases and decorate our shop. And there its new spot is with all the other ones. So I just got a message from one of our regulars. He lives in another city. We live here in Chico, and sometimes we send each other's posts if we're paying attention to Facebook Marketplace. He sent me one. And John literally last night picked up a bunch of stuff, had some cash still on him. I messaged John this morning thinking he probably wasn't awake. And I was like, hey, you have most of the cash. Let's see if we can send a message. He didn't reply, so I replied to the message on Facebook, and someone's going to pick it up at 3:30. Okay, I could pick it up sooner than that. Just let me know. But they said if they don't pick up, it's mine. Cool. It happens. It happens all the time. But none to me, John actually did message the post. He is the 3:30 pickup. So it's funny. Sometimes this happens. It happens a lot, especially when everyone's trying to get a good deal. There's so many people and so much available that sometimes even John and me get in a little Facebook war. It's nothing crazy. It's just a Wii bundle with a couple games. It's a decent price. We also need the controllers. But that's going to be it for me for this video. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'll see you next time. Don't forget,